So I was talking to Bailey, and I was thinking about how I have set her up for the cycle of abuse. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple minutes, got a couple of messages. So I'm talking to Bailey, and I don't know how we got on this subject, but she was saying how, I don't know if this is a recent issue or anyway, she was just saying how she waits for me to smile at her to let her know that everything's okay. And I was like, yeah, by doing that to you, I'm teaching you. Oh, and I was telling her the little space that I just came out of, I realized how I was treating my family because I went back into that space. But because the headspace that I'm in now is different than that space, I can see myself and be like, whoa. And what I was doing to my family was I was staying like this, and they would, do their monkey jig trying to appease me so that I would give them that little piece of gratification before I went back to my abusive space. Now, we need to stop attaching like abuse, burning your kids with cigarettes and stuff like that to the word abuse. Abuse is at its infancy as well. So withdrawing anything from somebody is the infancy of abuse, and that's a dangerous cycle. That's where it starts, right? So everybody going around trying to please mom, that's a form of abuse. Why does everybody have to please mom in order for mom to be okay? And I'm not saying I'm not okay. I'm saying that my baseline was not a happy space. Even though whatever, y'all get what I'm saying, because y'all doing the same stuff too. Admittedly or unadmittedly, we all doing it, and that's why I'm telling this story, and that's why y'all relate to it, because we're all doing it. And now we can stop. So anyway, I was like, yeah. And honestly, I was setting you up for the cycle of abuse. I was setting you up to be in a relationship with someone that they treat you bad until they don't. And you're okay with they don't, because that's the way you were treated by your mother. So if she ends up with someone who treats her bad until they don't, it's my fault, because that's how I treated her, and that's how I trained her. And then I took it deeper, and I was just like, that's why you have friends who communicate and friends who don't. So you're the friend who's calling, you're the friend who's initiating, hanging out, you're the friend who's doing all these things, and your other friend is like this until they're not. And we both are on both sides of those things. It's not just one side of it and on the other side. No, we're both on those sides, because there's some people who were like this for them, and then there's some people who are like this for them. And where did we learn that? From the way that our family treated us. So if you're doing this and you don't even see a problem with doing it, and your friends are communicating with you, I hate having to always be the one to say good morning. I hate that I'm the one who's always saying, let's go do something. And you're on the other side like, I want to hang out with you, but you don't see anything wrong with your behavior. The reason why you don't see anything wrong with your behavior is because that's the way your parents treated you, and that's the way you're trained. And it's time to untrain yourself. Can we get a moment of silence for this small chronic break? What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple minutes, I want to talk about a moment of silence. Today I had a really good meditation this morning, and when I was journaling, I started to receive, and it's funny, when I started writing you should, and I was like, I tried to switch over to I, and I was just like, no, you. And I really believe that was my ancestors popping in and giving me this message, so I'm going to deliver it. I'm not going to deliver it because the message was for me, but I'm going to share it and apply or swipe on by. But what I received is I need to start enacting, not enforcing, but enacting an hour of silence in my house a day. So when the kids get home from school, there needs to be a solid hour of silence. Now, I'm not going to mandate or dictate what they do in that hour, but what I received was, we are plugged in 24 hours a day. Not 24 hours. However many hours we sleep, that is the only time we unplug, typically. I can speak for my family. I literally wake up and pick up my cell phone because I got to do my 7 a.m. post. I'm on the toilet, and if I end up being in there longer than the split second that I thought I was, I'm sitting there thinking, dang, I should have brought my phone. I'm sitting out here right now enjoying nature. Let me kick off my flip-flops so I could ground myself. 2 for 2. I'm out here enjoying nature, but I'm on my phone. If I'm not on my phone, I'm listening to music. If I'm not listening to music, I'm watching TV. If I'm not watching TV, I'm reading a book. I'm doing something to constantly feed something into me. When in a day do we just do nothing? Because in that nothingness, that's when we hear from God. When we are not constantly input, those are the moments when we can receive. Something just went across my face. That's why I keep my ass in the house. But I was told that I need to get 15 minutes of sun a day. And I know a lot of my health issues are in relation to my absence of vitamin D, so I'm gonna soak up the sun. But y'all, nature, keep it over there, and I'm gonna be over here, and we gonna be cool. I'm trying, y'all. So anyway, when can we ever receive from source if we are constantly being distracted? And that's the on purpose, of course, right? That was a bar. Y'all, why does the bird sound like it's cat calling me? Woo woo! You trying to get my attention, baby? If you shit on me, we gonna have a problem. Yeah, I got a video where I'm sitting out here and a bird shits on me. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But anyway, what I'm saying is I am going to implement an hour of silence a day for my kids, because it's been impressed upon me. It's not necessarily for me to teach my kids what I'm doing, but to show them what I'm doing. And when they're ready, then they can hop on board. To teach them now would just go in one ear and out the other. But if they see me and they start seeking later, they'll have a starting point. Hey, Michael, I have a question.
What?
When we were at the park earlier and Caden slid his car down the slide and it didn't go in the hole, and you picked it up and put it in the hole for him, why did you do that?
I don't know.
Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Because I want him to win. I want to be nice to him so he can win.
That was nice of you. I like that you did that. It's a little dishonest, but sometimes you can be a little dishonest if it means making somebody feel better. What do you think?
Good.
You think that's a good thing, or you should always tell the truth and always be honest?
Be honest.
All the time?
Yeah.
Well, then why did you move his car for him?
Because I be nice to him to win, so I can be the same thing. Then
Be the same what?
the same thing as a friend.
So you think it was friendly by kind of fudging the truth in order for him to get the win?
Uh-huh.
You wanted him to feel good about himself?
Yeah.
But you moved his car, and so he really didn't win.
Oh, okay.
So in essence, that's a lie, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
No, what do you think?
It doesn't friendly lie because I don't want to lie to my mother.
But you told him he won and he didn't.
Huh?
You told him he won and he didn't. You're gonna break my glasses in half, Bubba. You told him he won, but he didn't. So
yes, he did.
How?
He has fun when I do.
Interesting. Stop. I wonder, what do y'all think about that? He was playing at the park with his brother, and Caden was getting upset because he wasn't winning. Because the whole game they were playing was it wasn't whose car made it down the slide first. Stop. It wasn't whose car made it down the slide first. It was whose car made it into the hole. Or the furthest. It was who made it into the hole. And Caden's car went past the hole, and Michael quickly picked it up and put it in the hole for him. It was like, look, Caden, you won. And so I was proud of Michael. But what Michael did was deceptive. So is it okay to be deceptive if it means it makes somebody feel better? But then how can you take that too far? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mom.
You can take it too far with, okay, now I went and I cheated on my spouse and I'm gonna lie because it makes them feel better. Slippery slope it is. What do y'all think?